So, quick video on my new toy. I want to tidy up my garden. I've done a lot of landscaping, but it's scruffy. I'm going to clear the paths and things. So, I've also got a high hedge at the front that needs to be cut back. It's about 10 foot high. So this is the Stihl RC94C or R94C or something. Maybe it says on it what it is. Yeah, there we go. 94RC. So, what amazed me is how light it is. The actual engine bit ends here in the shaft connector. Weighs almost nothing. It almost feels flimsy. I'm sure it's not, but it certainly isn't heavy. This is the brush cutter extension piece, attachment piece. The hedge cutter is much more expensive. It's like 250 quid. This is about 150. Very easy to assemble. It's got a reverse thread in the head. Just gotta watch the reverse thread thing. It's got a locking piece there to get the reverse thread on properly. What was difficult was getting the attachment into the engine unit. It was really stiff. I had to use grease and oil and solvent and stuff to finally get it in. So I'm going to be putting in its first fuel. When you get it, it's a definite rattle inside the petrol tank, but it's a fuel filter piece which can become detached. It isn't detached, but presumably when I put the fuel in I won't hear the rattle anymore, so that was a bit of a concern, but there it is. Seems very sturdy, very well made. Let's put in its first fuel and start it up. Started first time. Absolutely amazing. So that was its first outing. The biggest issue is it's forever eating up a strimmer cable, and it's quite tricky to get this head to work to release the cable. It's definitely a knack which I haven't quite got yet. I'd also say that maybe, I read a lot of reviews about people saying they wish they got the more powerful one. I understand what they mean. You can feel that this thing is working hard. But this is the 94. The next one up I think is a 131 or whatever. But it's a huge leap in price, so I wasn't willing to go there really. This is what I've done. I've cleared this. There's actually a path underneath there, a paved area. So I've started clearing that. I have to wait for it to die probably. There's so much of it before I see the path. And then this area here, which was all brambles and weeds and moss and grass. It's actually all paved, this area, but over the years it's just all about growing back in. If I give it a kick you can see what's underneath. It is all paved. It's actually a patio. It's just got lost. But the strimmer, when you come to, it's okay for grass and everything, but when you come to the brambles, this thick stuff, that just destroys the cable almost immediately, and you're forever trying to pull out a new cable. But it certainly got somewhere, but it wasn't quite as good as I hoped. I'd hoped it would eat up. You read the reviews saying it eats up brambles and it eats up all sorts of heavy foliage, but it doesn't. You're going to need a hedge trimmer or something much more substantial than that cable, or maybe just a stronger cable. I mean, it has cleared a huge area, but there's been lots of breaks where I've had to pull cable out and mess around with the head. The head's the big issue for me. I need to find either a better head or a better way of controlling the cable, or a better cable or something. But there we are, first attempt.